Hey, this is Majin, and here's my comic pull list and some reviews for 9/20/17. First up, I have a light novel called Magical Girl Raising Project. Now, before you go, start laughing because it's a magical girl book, just let me tell you, this is nothing like Sailor Moon. Basically, there's a cell phone game, and the cell phone game picks people who exhibit the virtues of a magical girl, for an example, and it draws them, gives them power, and then they have to go into a Highlander type battle, and they have to actually start killing each other because there's too many magical girls. So then, of course, instead of maybe stop creating magical girls, they let them fight to their death. And the anime was amazing. I'm actually really looking forward to reading it because I think they probably cut some parts of the story out to make it fit that 12-episode series. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Alright. Shirtless Bear Fighter, number 4. Not much needs to be said about this one. It's just action, and it's kind of, there's a lot of humor to it. A lot of over-the-top violence and action. Man who's just has a thing against bears, so he takes off his shirt and starts punching things. So overall, I'm really, I'm actually kind of happy that they have this because, we need more stuff like this that doesn't take itself too seriously. Next up is Baby Teeth number 4, the Rosemary Baby comic. Now this issue, the art overall, I think it kind of fits the mood, or the setting, I should say, which is good because it doesn't look like your typical superhero book. And shenanigans is going on. The dad finds out there's something kind of going on, and somebody comes for the kid. Overall, I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay with it, but overall, I'm interested so far. I might have, I would just go to trade only for these Aftershock books, but my comic store is only getting one of these, and they're sticking in my box, so I don't want to kind of jack them. Glitter Bomb, the Fame Game. Alright, this takes place right after the first miniseries, and there's death and carnage. Young high school babysitter stuck in the middle of everything and is quickly becoming a star. The art's okay. I think there's some pictures that they've drawn that doesn't. It looks a little weird, so to speak, but overall, it still has my interest. The mom who's turned into the monsters on the loose, she's just slaughtered basically a whole bunch of stars and starlets from Hollywood, and there's a little bit more killing in this issue. So overall, it was pretty placed. Pestilence. Now, I think these books are worth it just for the covers, because they have some really amazing dark covers. Now, for those of you who don't know, Pestilence is the story of the Knights, and they're stuck in the middle of a zombie apocalypse type thing, and they finally made it to the Pope, and they're learning secrets about the Pope. And overall, the art, I think, is really good. The story, granted, it's another zombie thing, but I think it's an interesting twist with the Knights. They're more warrior-like, and they actually have to use swords and axes and armor, versus the more traditional modern take on the zombie thing. And these zombies are slowly evolving into becoming more dangerous. So overall, I'm very pleased. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm leaning towards I'm going to start getting, at least for this one, I'm going to get the trades for sure, because I think I'd want to look back at it at a later time. Baby Teeth, I don't know, but Pestilence, yeah. Super Sons, number 8. This is still one of my favorite superhero titles. I just, love the interaction between Damien and John. And Damien is just such an ass who he thinks he's Batman. even though he's not. I mean, but he thinks he is. He thinks that he just deserves the mantle type thing. And the arrogance is just oozing out of him. Overall, I mean, it's a great story. And it's like, what's the fun? I don't know, maybe it's not fun or so, but I think it's amusing that, you have Robin and Superboy is just like his verbal punching bag. Now, in this issue here, they're on this strange world. There's something that's killed everything, killed a bunch of the heroes. And he's like, hey, wait a second, this guy was on... they figure out they're on an alternate planet, an alternate universe, I should say. And they're like, hey, the guy in our universe, he's a pushover, so this should not be a problem. But they're like, well, the heroes that they find are kind of like, well, this guy was pretty dangerous. He killed us all, except for a few of us. And so even Superboy's like, well, there might be some differences. And overall, though, it's really enjoyable. I just wish more books could have the spirit of enjoyment in them, like this book does have. And finally, Batman number 31. The war between Riddler and Joker is coming to a head. Art is fantastic. The King is doing a great job with the story between these two. I know, granted, I would have liked to have seen more fighting between the two camps, but I think as a whole, we've seen these fights so many times. We just had it just a little while ago, and I think just because of that respect, I'm kind of relieved that, okay, maybe there's not that much action going on, because it just would have been repeating themselves. Overall, though, I enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to the last issue. Kite Man, he's the man of the people, and overall, this was still a great read. Overall, I mean, I've been pretty pleased with the books that I got today. Again, extremely happy that there's no Marvel. I'm really disappointed with what I'm hearing from Legacy. We're going to honor our Legacy heroes, and we are setting the platform for the new heroes in the future. Translation, we're just putting the old ones up there to say, look guys, here they are, and we're going to show you that they're old and they're not as good as the new ones we've created. And that's where we're launching the new ones from. So don't be fooled. I mean, you read the articles, and they all say pretty much the same thing too about Legacy. It's the renumbering of classic stories, or classic comics. Who cares? The numbering doesn't matter. It's we want the older characters back. We want good writing. We don't want this political correct, nonsense that some of these books are doing. The writing and the art is just horrendous in some cases. Like, just look at Generations Captain Marvel. The art in that book, just look through it if your store has it, because it's like a third grader drew it. It's just pathetic. And the writing, I know it's written by, I think, was it G. Willow Wilson or whatever her name is, and I really do like her writing on Miss Marvel, but it's basically if you really read parts of it, it's basically saying, Ms. Marvel is better than Captain Marvel. They throw a little shade about, Captain Marvel to Miss Marvel, or whatever, the Carol, I should say. And, it's just, it's just enough, enough of this stuff. It's got to stop, It just has to stop. I don't even know why I even look through some of these books when I go to the store, because it's just painful. Anyways, let me know what you guys picked up, what you guys are looking forward to reading the most. We got some Destiny going on here, and I think I am the only one in Destiny that's not in the clan, because everybody I see is clanned. Anyways, we'll have more stuff later. Like, share, and until next time.